So today I wanted to talk about Don Freecss, Gon's ancestor, and this is because he is a character that really interests me, despite we never having seen him. As a matter of fact, one time he was even mentioned was briefly by Gin. So obviously, the most interesting thing about him is that he supposedly went to the Dark Continent by himself, or at least, he traveled the Dark Continent by himself. So I kind of just wanted to speculate about, who he is and, maybe what he's capable of. So let's start off with the fact that, Gin suggested that Don is probably still alive. And it wouldn't necessarily be impossible. He could have contracted some variation of the Zebu disease, I think it's called. Or Zobe. It's just the immortality sickness. Or so maybe he, took that disease and turned it into some kind of serum to prolong his life in some way. That's one theory on how he could still be alive. Or who knows, maybe he found some other type of pathogen or some kind of fruit or whatever the secrets of the Dark Continent may be. Maybe he found something like that to prolong his life. So let's just operate under the assumption that, yeah, he is alive. Let's just pretend that that's confirmed right now. So if he is, and he's been to the Dark Continent before, he knows he knows exactly what's there and the dangers of going there. Now that the entire world is notified that people will be traveling there, you'd think that he'd make himself known, or show himself to the world in some way. If not to the world, maybe to his descendants. So I'm thinking maybe he'll pop up in a story at some point soon. Because it would only make sense because, he'd at least maybe he'd want to warn them not to go there, but then again, it's called the Dark Continent for a reason, so if you're going there, you're already aware of the dangers. But or maybe he's alive in the Dark Continent still surviving somehow. Now, I would love to talk about what his now abilities might be, but no one can even begin to speculate about that because we have, like I said before, we have no real mention of him. Technically, we don't really have any proof that he even exists besides the books that he wrote, the book that he wrote, and the fact that Gin mentioned him. But it goes without saying that he's obviously incredibly strong, or at least, incredibly resilient in some ways. It seems how he survived the Dark Continent by himself, no less. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. There's not really much to say. We'll probably have to wait for more information on him if we ever get any, which I think there's a fairly good chance of getting more information on these characters, seeing as how, you don't just drop a bombshell like that and leave it open-ended. So, let me know. This is my first theory ever, so let me know what you guys think about it. Peace.